Have you listened to Perverts by Ethel Cain? I did last night as soon as it came out. Kind of a mistake because it scared me so bad that I stayed up till 2 a.m. But that is not a flaw, okay? Um, if you know me, then you know that I am a massive fan of Ethel Cain and Hayden Onanist's music. Um, and so naturally, this is the first time I've been able to experience a album release for her music since I just discovered her earlier this year and since no earlier last year because it's 2025. So what I did, I have my little notes app. Live Perverts reaction. So I did a live reaction to all of the songs and I did my notes and timestamps and everything while listening to it in my room here in the dark while for most of it until we get to the point of Thatorchia, or the second to last song. There's like tornado videos going on while I'm also laying in bed and listening to this amazing album. I will say my thoughts before going into Perverts is that overall just super excited about the hoodie. I wore my hoodie while listening to the album, which felt really cool. And I mean, I knew it was going to be an ambience album. Ambience is really not something I'm used to, or that like I actively seek out. But then again, my favorite song on Preacher's Daughter is Pulldrone and sort of August Underground, which are both ambience heavy. So I wasn't like completely against, not well, I wasn't against it at all, but just I wasn't afraid to try new things. Basically, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was expecting the ambience. I knew Punish was gonna be on there, which Punish has like lyrics and stuff like that. But I wasn't expecting like songs like Facilitator. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna get into Facilitator, but let's start out with let's just jump right into it. Perverts, the first track. This song scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna be so for real. As soon as we got to timestamp 40, as soon as we got 49 seconds into the song, I about lost it because that switch up. I have been okay. First off, I have been waiting for the official version of Hayden's cover of "Near My God to Thee" ever since I saw the live performance of Dust Bowl. Okay, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this because it's just so cool. But like, oh my god, it was so scary whenever it did that switch up, which kind of freaked me out for the rest of the song. But like, I liked it. Note on 4 minutes and 14 seconds in, I said this feels really good on my ears. And then 5:14, I said jump scare. And then I started going on about how it's Polomea coded and it has kind of the same vibe as it, which is why I was so excited. And then my final note on Perverts from my phone is me saying, I feel as if I'm descending into hell, which I think is pretty accurate for the first track of Perverts. Which I honestly, I am kind of taking it as like Hayden trying to like scare people off initially because I know that there's been a lot of tone deafness, if that's a word, in her fans, and I mean I've seen that on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, and I especially the people out there that are romanticizing Isaiah brutally murdering and cannibalizing Ethel Cain. Is horrible. It's genuinely horrible. Preacher's Daughter is not supposed to be a hurrah. Like no, this is a sad story. It's a wonderfully written sad story about a woman in the South, a transgender woman in the South. Okay, next track, Punish. I actually skipped it last night because I was really tired and I just wanted to, listen, get my thoughts out because I couldn't wait till the next morning to listen to it. I was like, I have to listen to it right now. So I skipped Punish because I have been binging Punish for a while, ever since it came out. It's a song I always enjoy. The line, he was a natural plache. It's crazy reference. The song in itself is crazy. Highly recommend looking up the meaning to it. Maybe I should try like doing my own little like interpretations of the songs. I thought about doing that, but it's been like one day. I don't have the time yet. Um, my other note on Punish is the transition into Housofpsychoticwomn. I love Housofpsychoticwomn. um, I like it a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that. Again, Punish, really good song. Just not what I'm focusing on because that's not new music technically, but I think it still deserves its flowers. Housofpsychoticwomn. I love this demo. The swooshes, it makes my brain feel good, but it is so much more scarier. It's so much more scarier. At 8 minutes and 36 seconds, I just put, if you can see I just put these little scared emojis right here. And at 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, I put Punish made me forget how horrifying this song is. 11:11, I got chills. At 12 minutes and 30 seconds, I got a jump scare. I've listened to Housofpsychoticwomn before, but this official version is so much more haunting and so much more scary. And it's I know that Perverts has no correlation with Preacher's Daughter, but let me be delusional. Housofpsychoticwomn and A House of Nebraska, they're both the third tracks on Perverts and Preacher's Daughter. And in how I interpret it, Housofpsychoticwomn is about like a very obsessive lover. What if Perverts is like the motions that Ethel's good spirit is going through in like the afterlife, and going through certain big traumatic events such as Willoughby leaving her. And I feel like Housofpsychoticwomn might be like an interpretation of like how her like the turmoil of her spirit because of Willoughby's absence. So I'm gonna move on from that. We're gonna go into Facilitator. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds into that song, I added it to my playlist. If you love me, keep it to yourself. I should have bought that damn hoodie that said it. Because this is such a good song. Another note that I did. I wrote about how, for my interpretation of it, because I couldn't understand most of the lyrics. I have a hard time interpreting lyrics without it being written in front of me. I said that this song seems like it's coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't think they're deserving of love. Especially with the line, if you love me, keep it to yourself. I really like this song. I think it's very different from other things on Hayden's discography. And it's refreshing. It's got like a butcher, crucify me or whatever, but I get a slight jazz vibe from it. And it actually made me go crazy. That's all I really have to say about Vacillator, but it's on my playlist currently. I like listening to it. Like it's one. I know the song is not you listen to it casually. It is not. I'm not listening to Housofpsychoticwomn casually. That is something I am listening to whenever I'm trying to forget about certain things or write. It's good. I will say there's a lot of really good writing music on here. So I'm gonna move on to Onanist, the opening. Love the opening. At 3 minutes and 16 seconds, I put in all caps, "Oh great heavens." And then at 4:42, I kept on whenever I was laying in my bed, and I kept on hearing the abuse and good, abuse, good. I was like, I don't know if that's what the lyrics is, but that's how I heard it, and I was like, so, my last note on Onanist was, I swear this is some brainstorm green needle type shit. Because I swear to God, if that's what it is, it's actually genius, and if it's not, it's still cool. But I really enjoyed Onanist. It didn't stand out to me on the album. It's kind of I feel like it's one of those songs I feel like I'm gonna grow into. I just need more time. Okay, now Pulldrone. spoken word poetry. Loved it. I love the mention of I have no mouth and I must scream. That was crazy. That was really crazy. And at 8 minutes and 18 seconds, I put we're getting to a place or we're getting to heaven or some sort of place of neutrality. I think Pulldrone is the transition point of the album because I remember in an article reading about how the first half of Perverts is hell, basically, and you kind of shift to this point where you're able to ascend to heaven. You end with Amber Waves, which makes a lot of sense because there's a middle point in the album that I noticed, and some songs at the end are like the songs on the end are not like the songs at the beginning. The themes seem sort of different. The vibe is different. You know, it's for me, the second half of the album was more welcoming than the first half, and I feel like that should be noticed. I can't pronounce this, but Etienne. Ambience wise, this is my favorite track on the album because as soon as it turned on, I don't know what it was, but I just got hit like across the face with nostalgia, and it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling, and it made me like kind of sad, in a good way. And it reminded me a lot of lo-fi, which is probably why I was so crazy about it, because I used to listen to a lot of lo-fi while studying, especially during the very first year at high school. So that hit me right in the heart. That is probably, it's like that and Amber Waves is fighting for like my top spot on my Perverts ranking because they're just both so good. Thatorchia, haunting yet divine, very haunting yet divine. And whenever I hear one of my notes was whenever I hear Thatorchia and the song in itself, it makes me imagine how the Rosa Celeste by Gustave Doré might sound like. Like the that's from Dante's Divine Comedy. If I were to imagine like based on just how Doré painted it, how that would sound, it would sound like Thatorchia by Ethel, basically. Amber Waves. I almost fell asleep to the song in the best way possible because it was so soothing and nurturing and good. Then you have Hate at the end being like, I feel nothing, which kind of made me think about Buttress for a second because I think it's one of her songs on Endo Factor where she's like, I can't feel a thing. So that made me think of Buttress at the end of Amber Waves, which I thought was really cool. And I wonder if that was on purpose because I know Hayden is a fan of Buttress. Anyways, another demo that I really like, and I feel like it super deserves its flowers, just like Housofpsychoticwomn. I honestly prefer this version than the demo version. And also one of my other notes, it was during Amber Waves that I turned off all of the lights in my room because I just had to let it just consume me. It was wonderful. So, final thoughts. If I were to rank out of 10, I'm gonna be crazy. It's not even crazy for me, but a 10, honestly. A 10. And I feel like this is at a really good point because I've been needing something new, something to write with. And I feel like Perverts by Ethel is gonna be it because I've been looking for more ambience to write to because I've had a hard time finding music that doesn't have lyrics in it that I can just write and it just be ambience because I've been trying to write more horror, and I feel like Perverts is really, especially Perverts the song, is going to help me with that, with writing horror, especially since Near My God to Thee, that cover by Ethel Cain, inspired one of my most, in my opinion, my most successful story that I might be presenting for the next week, which will be really nice, and I'm going to post that on YouTube if I'm able to do it. But yeah, I would give Perverts a 10 out of 10. I feel like Hayden did a superb job, as she usually does. Mother delivers. And if you don't agree with me, that's your problem, not mine.